Hi there. So I am going to do, by the way, this is a beautiful gift that I got from my Scorpio friend Julie. It is black onyx. Anyway, it's supposed to help you feel um, secure and grounded because it's one of the materials that is associated with clearing your root chakra, which is the energy center around the base of our spine that's supposed to make us feel secure. Anyway, many of you in the comment section have asked for a reading that is not related to love, and also for a collective reading, not just for Aquarius. So that's what we are doing right now. What I'm going to ask for is the specific message that Spirit wants you to hear. So we're going to get, whoa, did you see how that popped out? We're going to get a chakra card first just to get a little hint to see what, wow. It's really interesting that I held up that piece of black onyx because now we have one of the cards of the root chakra. Safety. In the hurricane of life, a strong foundation will keep you safe. Now, this has nothing to do with a house, the brick house as opposed to the house made of hay or whatever. The strong foundation has nothing to do with money or material here. The strong foundation is not material. When your root chakra is not aligned, if it's spinning in the wrong direction or there are dark spots on it, or what happens is you could have billions of dollars in the bank, you could have a clean diagnosis from your doctor, your accountant tells you everything's perfect. There's no reason to fear, but you're feeling fear constantly. And so sometimes those people will end up manifesting a disaster because they're just focused on it. So this strong foundation has absolutely nothing to do with money or anything material. It's not in the 3D. So it is very mysterious, the root chakra, but generally, let me just describe it in practical terms, not needing the good opinion of others. Now you do need to be aligned with unconditional love, with Spirit. Who do you need the good opinion of? Only your higher self or Spirit, meaning unconditional love, okay? So there are some people who can remain calm throughout, any disaster. And these people are the people who are not afraid. Afraid of fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. It could be anything. Fear is not real. What is it that they say? It is a product of our imagination, causing us to fear things that do not and may not ever exist. Fear is a choice. Now, fear, I feel, is the absence of unconditional love. So it's many things, but if you were to sit down and make a list of all of the things that you think you can't feel good without or secure without, make a list of all your fears and make sure you got every single one. Make sure maybe it's a list, maybe it's 25 things, who knows. If you were to take any one of those fears, when you boil it down to the essential, what is this? It's just as simple as this, that I won't be able to handle it if blank happens. If my son passes away, I won't be able to live. If I find out that I get cancer, I won't be able to handle it. If I lose my money, I won't be able to handle it. If I get fired, I won't be able to handle it. If I lose my reputation, blah, 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 blah. Many things, can keep you fearful, but the one thing that you can do is clear your bloody chakras and see what that does. I have made a chakra clearing video. I deliberately made it so short that nobody has an excuse that they don't have time to listen to it. It's only 5 minutes long, 5 minutes. And I used my electric piano. I have every single, I have the frequency of every single, the hertz, the notes hitting every single chakra. Anyway, I mean, there are so many different ways of clearing your root chakra, but you get the idea that wouldn't it be wonderful if we could just be happy? What is happiness? Happiness is the absence of fear. It's peace. That's really all it is. Really, that's all it is. What else are we looking at? So we had the root chakra. There's another one that just flew, the heart chakra, I know it. All right, so I don't know what's going on with the lighting here. So we're looking at a card of the heart chakra, and the message is connection. Father Divine and Mother Earth make love in your heart. Heart chakra, I don't know what's going on with the lighting here. I'll fix it now in a moment. What is going on? So in ancient Jewish texts, that's almost as hard to say as physicists, but in ancient Jewish texts, God was seen as a motherly, like a mother, and I believe there's somewhere in Ecclesiastes there's a quote about, just as we don't know the mystery of how a child is made in the mother's womb, we don't know the mystery of God. So the idea here is unconditional love. Now, I don't know what's going on with the lighting here, but anyway, if you were to ask yourself, do I need the approval of any human being in this world? No, you definitely do not. The only approval that you really need, that's really essential, is the approval of your higher self. And that if you don't if you're not comfortable saying God or Allah or Buddha, but it's the same thing. The higher self is that connection to that faith, to that matrix, to that very, very intelligent source of everything. The quantum field, but it's not random. There is an intelligence there, and there are spiritual beings. You don't have to be able to imagine the quantum field, because it's very difficult to think about some realm where energy does not take up space and where time is irrelevant. It's too complicated for me. But anyway, the idea is here we know that unconditional love is God. That's all it is. God. What's God? Truth. What's truth? Unconditional love. When you know in your heart what the right thing to do is at each and every moment in your life, it's because you're acting on unconditional love only. You're acting from God. And so, of course, there is the idea of unconditional love. The unconditional love that one would have or a mother would have for her child. That's the unconditional love that Spirit has for you, for all of you, for us. And so what does that really mean? It means that one should have empathy for oneself. Guilt is considered to be a sin. Spirit does not want anyone to feel guilty, or go around with a dark, oh. That's really, if you think of yourself, if you think of God or Allah or Buddha or Spirit or that other realm as the ocean, you are a cup of that. So when you are judging yourself or being hard on yourself, it's like you're judging spirit. You're being mean to spirit. You're kicking a puppy. Would you kick a puppy? No. Then don't be hard on yourself. Anyway, that's kind of oversimplified. All right, one more. So the root chakra, we've got it again. So this has something to do with, I've got the exact same card, safety. In the hurricane of life, a strong foundation will keep you safe. So we've got the heart chakra and the root chakra. So I'm just inserting this now after the reading and looking back on this now. That strong foundation is Father Divine and Mother Earth make love in your heart. It's just about unconditional love. That is the only thing that you need in this world. And you'll see why this is important when the cards start coming out. Perhaps, let's just see what we're dealing with here. All right. Show me what the message is here. What do our collective, I'm so sorry if the lighting, I do not know what's going on. It's like if I move. Some of you techies out there could let me know what's going on here. It could be spirit, maybe. It's probably something technical. All right. Okay, so we've got the Six of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. Talk about Father Divine and Mother Earth. Now, what is the person in the Six of Swords doing? The main thing about this card is the difference between the turbulent water and the calm water. The turbulent water is behind the boat. The calm water is where they're headed. And in fact, there is a mother and a child in that boat. This man here is a ferryman. He's not related to that mother and that child. So already I'm seeing that this could be a message from an ancestor. And I'll tell you why. I don't think I've ever seen this split. The Six of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. So right here in the Six of Swords, the ferryman, all right, who is transporting a woman and a child, and they're sort of huddled over, and they look like almost like they don't want to be seen. So they may be escaping trouble from the shore of the Five of Swords, but they are headed toward a beautiful, calm existence. And of course, the child feels safe because they're cuddled into the mother there. The ferryman, it is said that Arthur Waite, when he created this deck, the ferryman is supposed to represent Charon in Greek mythology, who was a ferryman who transported souls from one realm to another. Now, in the Ten of Pentacles, so first of all, in this card, this is all good. It's a beautiful card. It's called Mercury in Aquarius, by the way. And Mercury is exalted in Aquarius. It's all about being able to pluck information right out of the quantum field to come up with ideas. And anyway, in the Ten of Pentacles here, so we have we have several generations here. We have a child, the child's parents, the parents' parents. And we also have a portal right here. I don't talk about this a lot. This portal, this checkered part here, this is Mercury in Virgo. Whoa, all the communication energy. Anyway, this is a portal to the other dimension, so it could be a portal to the quantum field. So this elderly man here with the white hair, This could be an ancestor this could be a message from an ancestor. Now, from a very mundane, if we look at this in just a really simple message, could be that somebody may have to put physical distance. You may have to put physical distance between yourself and some family members. If this is a toxic, narcissistic family, it is necessary to preserve your own energy. Now, I can't help but notice that, so the Ten of Pentacles is a card that is more about family heritage, old money, lineage, inheritances, staying married because it's the right thing to do, that type of thing. There is a lot of wealth here, and it may have been wealth that's been passed down from generations, but it looks like a woman and a child are leaving. They may be escaping, or they may have had to leave, or they may have been forced to leave. It could simply be that a mother and child are traveling, that family may be traveling to see you, or you may be traveling overseas to see family. Maybe you need to know something about, maybe you're studying something about your family tree and the history of your family. There's something, I'm getting this feeling here about someone, a woman and a child maybe having to, or somebody maybe having to leave a family and give up money, give up a tradition. Perhaps somebody, it can also, the Ten of Pentacles as an advice card, by the way, is advice to donate, and if you have excess, to give it away. So it could also be simply about, maybe you're starting a charity for single mothers or something. It looks like there is a single mother here. There's a mother with a child, and there's a ferryman. Somebody's helping a mother and a child. Show us more, please. I really don't know where this is going. I'm going to find out soon. Okay, it's right here. Oh, wow, it is about giving. Okay. Now, it could also be about someone giving up. Someone may have had to leave. It could be that as an impact of this woman leaving a family, of not abiding by traditions. Perhaps she's turning down money, or her not taking it, or maybe it won't be given if she leaves. She may be sailing away from money. And of course, this could easily be about about you inheriting money. I'm not sure if you know about this or not, but because you're back onto a gift here. We'll find out now more about this. So somebody may be offering help, or this could be something a gift that was meant to go to you. This could be, perhaps you're doing up your own will. There's something about assisting and being charitable here. Okay, there's a choice here. Oh, here we go. Look at the greedy person here. This person is very greedy. This person is very wealthy. Very, very wealthy. There's a choice to walk away, but interestingly enough, the person who's walking away, who made the choice to walk away from a greedy person, is walking in to an Ace of Pentacles. So, dear souls, the message may be here That if you're afraid of losing money, if you're, if somebody, let's say you're leaving a spouse, and this person may be trying to hold money back from you, or this person may be trying to control a choice by not giving you money or using money as leverage here. There is somebody who chooses to walk away, and they're walking in to a giant Ace of Pentacles. So, and also remember that this is the right spiritual choice. Look at how the card goes. Whoa! So whoever you are, you may be making a very important decision, or you may need to know about this decision. Perhaps this is a decision that one of your lovers is making, but we said we didn't. We said we weren't going to ask for love reading. There's something here. There may also be somebody who chose to hold back money, but I do see. I'm not seeing any lying here. Information may be being withheld. I'm seeing a conscious choice to move on from somebody who is greedy and controlling, and they had their heart chakra blocked. They care more about money. This is all this person cares about, is money. They built the city behind them there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask, what is the person in the Four of Pentacles doing? Because maybe that person is choosing to stop holding money back, choosing to give away money. What is the person in the Four of Pentacles doing? Is 3 coming out? No. Ugh. Ugh. Now, the person in the Four of Pentacles is resisting. They're being difficult. They're trying to run the show here. They are restricting their heart. There's all sorts of restriction here. Saturn, which restricts in Libra. And I believe what they're trying to do is they're trying to keep somebody tied to that home. They don't want this person. They do not want this person. Well, actually, they don't want to let them go, but they don't want them moving in any direction. It's almost like they want this person imprisoned. Somebody is pushing down feelings here. Somebody may have failed to stand up. There could be somebody who did not defend themselves, or didn't defend a connection, or didn't defend you. Because they may have been sort of overwhelmed by a family tradition. They may have been imprisoned by a family. There's a great big castle back there. So there's probably a lot of money there, and this person is sort of chained. Okay, so the person in the Four of Pentacles is resisting. All right, what is the person who's walking away, the person in the Eight of Cups, what is that person doing? What is the person in the Eight of Cups doing? What's the person in the Eight of Cups doing? All right, so they're trying to figure something out. They're off balance here. They could be worried about money. I'm going to have to clarify this. They may be... The person in the Eight of Cups cannot... The person in the Eight of Cups, they have to make a decision. They have to make a decision. What is the person in the Eight of Cups doing? Clarify, please. It's like they've been delaying. Wow. King of Pentacles and the Star. I have to run this again. I believe you could be under protection by an ancestor right now. Because the Star and the King of Pentacles, I asked what the person in the Eight of Cups was doing. And it's something about protecting you. Healing. supporting you financially, though, the King of Pentacles. What is the person in the Eight of Cups doing, please? Wow. Working with you. What are they doing? Doling out some divine justice. And how are they doing this? What's the person in the Eight of Cups doing? Because they're oh boy. There's something that you don't know about. By the way, if you're ill, you can get, there's healing energy here coming from an ancestor. But somebody, I believe what this is about. I know this sounds crazy, okay? Sometimes when people in the 3D are treated badly, sometimes what ends up happening, if the person in the Four of Pentacles, if this is you being thrown off balance by somebody who is bringing this kind of energy toward you, or this could be a spirit that's being, oh no, it is. Now, I want you to really open your mind here, because there is a huge confirmation at the end of the reading when the devil comes out about what is actually being unleashed here. And just try to keep an open mind about this, okay? It's actually very good, all right? Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Wands. Okay, I'm just going to finish what I was about to say. I actually haven't seen this in a reading before, but I know this can happen. If somebody or a group of people, or you have been treated badly, this is somebody who's coming at someone over and over with really bad energy. They could be attacking you. It looks like there is something that was done repeatedly here. And there's another one. Look at this power-wielding jerk. Ruthless decisions. If you have been under attack by a person, and especially since you're coming out here as the star, what may be this divine justice here, what happens sometimes, I know this sounds crazy, is that an ancestor can actually unleash, through this person's own behavior. If this was someone who was behaving poorly toward you, or it doesn't have to be just one person, you first have to walk away before you have to give the ancestor permission. The ancestor, if you're going to stay with your family or stay with this person, the ancestor is not going to do anything, because it might impact you. Because what's happening here is it's almost like when you're walking away in the Eight of Cups from and you're leaving in the Six of Swords, a situation where obviously something was very unfair, because there was somebody who was very greedy and money hungry coming at you over and over and over again. Once you walk away, what ends up happening is, because you probably were very loving and protective over this jerk, whoever it was, or jerkette, an actual negative energy, I don't even know what to call it, but a spiritual monster can be unleashed by your own ancestors on this person. So they could be thrown in jail. There's some kind of karmic justice that's being handed down here, because they couldn't stand seeing you suffering. This could be it. I'm not sure though. Okay, let's just keep going. Okay. All right. Show me more. What else does the collective need to know? What's going on? What's the collective need to know? Okay, so somebody's raising their sword to this energy. We need to find out what this is. Okay, I never get that Knight of Wands as good energy at all. It's usually somebody who is behaving, who's out of control. They could be jealous. I'm actually, my body temperature is going up right now just looking at that card. You may have raised your sword to someone who is being, this person could have been violent or abusive or greedy or cheating. What was the collective raising their sword about? What's there's the Eight of Swords in a different deck. So I asked what was going on in the Knight of Wands. And what I have is somebody who, and I think this is you, I think you're coming out as the star here, who's very loving, very nourishing, unconditionally loving, very spiritual. But this person is in the Eight of Swords. This can be someone who is being gossiped about, who is suffering, who is facing restrictions, who's being held back by others. This can be someone who is this. You've heard of the scapegoat in the narcissistic family, the whipping post, literally. This person has been victimized, and for no reason, because their energy was always very unconditionally loving. And this is why the ancestor is reacting here, because all that you were doing was just, nourishing everyone, wanting everyone to be happy, trying to heal everything, trying to keep the peace, having hope, giving. And what was happening here? This is abuse. This can be verbal abuse, mental abuse. It can be physical abuse. It can be someone who is trashing your name, your reputation, holding you back, trying to put you in jail, trying to set you up. Who knows? But what's happening here is there's some justice being doled out. Now, it's only I feel like the Eight of Cups and the Six of Swords cards were very important, just so you know. There's going to be physical distance between you and these people. So I feel like you've already suffered a lot, but you found some peace. So I don't know why for some reason Spirit wants you to know that God is saying, I'm not done yet with them. You can move on, collective, but I ain't done with them. Anyway, I don't know why people have to behave this way, but, I'll tell you something. A great way of losing fear, because we had those cards coming up, the chakra cards, is when you lose your reputation, or you lose family, you lose a lover, and you realize that you survived it and you're fine, you're in star energy. All right, so let's see, what else does the collective need to know? Or what do you want the collective to know, please, Spirit? Yeah, let's do here. All right, so we've got the Seven of Cups and the Hierophant energy. All right, so I see an abuse of power here. It may be family tradition. It could be a large organization. It's pompous energy. This could be something very traditional. I'm looking at a triple crown, and the keys to the Golden Gate here. What this person says goes, and they're in a robe. There could have been someone in a position of power or some family tradition. There's an abusive energy here. And you may not have known why. You may have been in the Seven of Cups wondering, why is this happening to me? this person is very confused here. So you may, perhaps, you may still be, this energy, Spirit does not take kindly to anyone who puts someone in a state of confusion. This is a form of abuse, to confuse someone, to keep them, to keep them confused, keep them distracted, keep them in the dark about something, tricking them. This person, it can't figure out what's going on here. So I feel like part of what may have been happening here, this abuse of power, no matter where it was coming from, if it looks like what was being done here, and you may still be sort of in a state of confusion about it, there was a deliberate attempt here to keep you in a state of confusion. But I don't think that it worked, because what they wanted you to do was to go nuts. They wanted you to check yourself into the mental, or go see a psychiatrist or something. That's an abuse of power. They should go check themselves in. Show me more, please. Wow. Nicely done, collective. Oh my God. Sorry. This is really shocking. Guys, for some of you, my whole body, like there's adrenaline going through my whole body right now. What I'm looking at here, are we taping it? Is the Grim Reaper. Don't go trying to save, don't go back, okay? Because this is just happening. This is between them and God right now. You got to stay out of this. You may actually hear about some people dying and passing away. There's a Grim Reaper coming for these people, and for some of them, it's an actual death. These are two very, very heavy energies. Whatever you went through, collective, if this is, nicely done. Okay, we're going to stop right now, and we are going to say a prayer of thanks. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you to the ancestors of the collective for protecting, for bringing the truth. See, part of the reason why this is happening is because they tried to put you in the 7 of Cups. Do you know why it didn't work? Because you were aligned with Spirit. You knew the truth. You just knew. You didn't, maybe for a couple of years you might have said, oh, geez, it must be my fault. But no, you just, at some point, you just knew. Right is right, and wrong is wrong, and wrong is no man's right. What they were doing to you was wrong. You don't need to analyze it, and you know this. And I feel like this truth that you felt, this comes from the heart. This is the Ace of Swords. There is a peaceful edge to this sword, but there's also an edge, a hard edge, the edge of misery. You don't want to be on the wrong side of this sword. They're on the wrong side of this sword. Anyway. Show me more, please. Okay, so I'm going to stop right now. So for some people, for some of you, I feel like there are two things that you're going to see happening. You're going to see actual deaths of people now these are people who got up in the morning and for several years, they made it their mission to torture you, to trash your name, to slam you, to make you feel crazy, to get you to check yourself into the mental. These people, some of them are facing actual deaths, and some of them are being exposed. So this can be somebody being caught, some just exposure, suffering. And do you know what's interesting about this? The next split, sorry that the tape cut there. It wasn't enough for them. that they kept you stuck. It wasn't enough for them that they stopped you. It wasn't enough for them that, maybe you got paralyzed or something or had an accident. That wasn't enough. Here they are still trying to fight you. Do you know why? Because you found peace. What Odin is doing here is, he's what he did was he hung from the tree of life, and he said to himself, "Well, I am going to find a way. If I'm suffering, I am going to find a way of finding something good about this situation, of finding peace, and as soon as Odin saw, it was able to see the situation that he was in a completely different way. There's a glow, and it's a clicking and a blessing from the divine. This is, so in other words, whoever this could have been an ex-spouse, a person, it could have been a family, it could have been an organization, it doesn't matter. But they're even angrier. So they put you in this horrible position, and that wasn't enough for them. What got them angry was you went, okay, this will do. This is great. That triggered them even more. And I feel like, you see those arrows there? Something's coming straight for them. There's a target. These arrows have taken off, and they're going to land. There's a target. There's going to be a real message. This person is getting a message, all right. They're getting a message. It's exactly what I said. I actually know this happens, but I've never seen it in a reading. What's happened here, and this, see, I'm actually really not really that familiar with this. I have to read up on this, but what I do know is there's three things about this. It's a situation where usually a light worker, somebody like this in star energy, has been picked on, and really picked on. Ancestors get angry. As soon as the collective walks away from or finds peace in the situation or lets go, the ancestors allow, or it could be spirit, but anyway, what's being allowed here is, this is a demon. This is what they were like. They're about to get what they did to you. They are up the creek without a paddle here. There's a demon coming after them. I just want to tell you something interesting here. So this is just let this happen, okay? Because these things just have a way of sorting themselves out. Look, I was on one night, I was really feeling scared because there was somebody that kept coming to the door, and I had a really very uneasy feeling about this person, and I've never had this feeling, this need to lock windows and stuff. And I took a quick look at the cards, and I just sat down, and I asked for, there is a little bit of there's a spirit in this house. We've since made friends. He used to torture and tease the cats. And so one night I got up my nerve. It was about 4 a.m, and I picked a fight with him, and boy, did I ever get scared. It was really scary. However, after that happened, there was no more teasing the cats, and a little bit, I'd say it was about 2 weeks after that, after I scared myself. If I tell you what happened, you probably wouldn't believe me. You can imagine what I'm talking about. It was an image that I began to see in all the mirrors of the house. Every time I looked in a mirror, it was really scary. But then I said to myself, no, you asked for this. You said, because what I did was I said, stop picking on the cats. You want to scare someone? Scare me. Come after me. And I was standing in the hallway when I was saying this, course, talking to the spirit. And there was a mirror in my bedroom right above my my dresser of drawers, and the whole thing started going this swirly thing, and this ice just went through my heart. And I said to myself, no, I've got to stand up to this because I just asked, come at me. And I thought the worst thing that could happen is that it kills me. At least I tried. At least the cats will be safe. Anyway, 2 weeks after that happened, one of my friends brought this guy over here who claimed that he wanted a tarot reading. And it was pretty clear to me 10 minutes in that he did not want a tarot reading. And I was getting kind of worried because my female friend, was a little bit drunk. Sorry, the tape's going to cut. So anyway, so myself and it was my friend Julie, we were sitting in the living room. We were both sitting on the floor. I had the tarot cards on the coffee table. And this jerk, this show-off, was on the couch. And I was really starting to feel uncomfortable and already trying to figure out a way of figuring out how to get him to leave the house. And he was bragging, going on about this. He was definitely bragging about something. And I could tell that he really wasn't telling the truth. And all of a sudden, and I'm not kidding, he was lying back on the couch. He had his head tilted. And all of a sudden, it was like somebody had... He went... Sorry, probably scaring you guys. And Julie, I knew immediately what it was. I knew immediately that it was my dark friend who now was on my side because I, had some respect for him anyway and acknowledged him and was scared of him. And the guy, so it lasted for about 30 seconds. I was worried that he was going to die. And then he looked at Julie and he looked at me and he jumped up and he ran out of the house. So anyway, the other night I just had this really weird, sick, eerie feeling. And so I just started calling upon that energy and I started saying, please, unleash whatever you have, but do not let anyone come into this house tonight except for me and the cats. And everything, absolutely not a sound, no knocking the whole night. But I did get a little nudge. I had locked all the windows in the upper part of the house, and I got a little nudge about the windows downstairs, as I remembered we were going through this huge heat wave, so I had all the windows open downstairs. And then I in my head, you don't hear a voice, but this message is, no, do it now. Do it now. So I went downstairs and locked all the windows. Anyway, nothing happened, of course, but what's happening here is that, and maybe Spirit may just want you to know this because maybe Spirit doesn't want you blaming yourself. This is warfare, and you are to kind of just look the other way. But what I can say is, congratulations for surviving whatever you survived or walking away from. You may not have actually, done a physical walkway, but you disconnected from caring about what they thought. You were no longer confused and you aligned yourself with Spirit, and you survived what no one else would have survived. And it's for negative energies, if you ever have encountered, don't go for every time I hear about people, and there's all sorts of stories, the actual real stories about people trying to deal with what they interpreted to be negative spirits in the house. There's a very popular bed and breakfast. I can't remember what state it's in, but it started with, they had bought the house, and it started with something simple. There was this little switch, a light switch in a closet that was sort of underneath a stairwell. And what the spirit began doing is taking the chain and winding it around the light bulb. And so the husband said one night to his wife, could you please stop, winding the... And she said, what are you talking about? And so they did all these little experiments, and then they got a priest into, it was ridiculous. They reacted with hatred and fear toward that negative energy. Let me tell you something. Every energy can be put to good use. If you find that you have what you are interpreting to be a lost, maybe it's trying to scare you, maybe it's hurting your cats or something. No, what I advise you to do, if you've got the courage, which I'm sure you do, if you're resonating with this, you do, you just kick everyone out of the house one night and turn off all the lights, make it as spooky as you can. 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, face it head on and ask it to come at you. And look, don't be afraid. I mean, you will probably be afraid, but when you do that, you're acknowledging, you're facing the energy one-to-one, face-to-face. You're not talking about him behind his back or her. You're facing, and you're saying, get it out of you. They just want a big old row, and they want to scare you. And then begin asking for their help when you need it and their protection. It's kind of like dealing with bullies. You need to heal the bully and, let the bully know that that you have faith and hope that they can, turn in another direction. Now, this is something different that's going on here. But I do want you to keep in mind the little suggestion that I have. Let's see if we can get some advice from Spirit. Very cool reading. Okay. Do you want the collective to know? Okay. Now, this tells me that Spirit wants you to lighten up, kick up your feet, and have fun. Have you lost sight of what is really important? Remember a time when life was simpler, not concerned with money or any of that, and the world seemed like a giant playground just waiting to be explored. Perhaps it's time to rediscover that world together. And that could be you with Spirit or with a new person. That's not about, taking a trip. Well, it could be, but it's rediscovering what is this existence. Is it about money and tradition? And no, it's not. This tells me that you're going to have fun. They're going to be suffering, by the way. What is really important? Simplicity, play, happiness, exploration, rediscovering the world, not seeing it as pentacles, but having fun. So being happy and lightening the load. So if you've lost money or if you've lost job or your reputation or whatever, first of all, these people are going down big time, hugely, all right? And there's nothing you can do about it. In fact, I would just look the other way, okay? And you might have some protection from some big wigs from the Grim Reaper territory, but it looks like you're going to be very happy. Spirit wants you. Don't focus. Spirit will be like the bird. Does the bird worry about where the next meal is going to come from? No, the bird just knows the food will show up. They'll find some food somewhere. Let go of the worries and have fun. Just focus on being happy. Simplify, simplify, simplify. Give up the pentacles. Anyway, well, I'm not telling you what to do with your pentacles, but certainly lighten the load. Allow yourself to experience happiness and give yourself some empathy and give yourself a break. Remember that Kit Kat commercial? I love Kit Kat bars. By the way, I have a cat named Kit Kat. I love that commercial, the Kit Kat commercial. Maybe some of you probably are too young to remember it, but there was a sort of a secretary who would open her little drawer on her break time, and there would be a Kit Kat bar, and the jingle went, "Give yourself a break today," and there would be the Kit. Give yourself a break today, collective. All right, let me know if anything resonated. Very interesting reading. Okay, bye. I have to leave you with this poem called Carry On by Robert Service, because at the end of the poem, he talks about why we are really here. And throughout the poem, he's talking about someone who is literally, really being fought against. Anyway, here it is. It's easy to fight when everything's right and you're mad with the thrill and the glory. It's easy to cheer when victory's near and wallow in fields that are gory. It's a different song when everything's wrong, when you're feeling infernally mortal, when it's 10 against 1 and hope there is none. Buck up, little soldier, and chortle. Carry on, carry on. There isn't much punch in your blow. You're glaring and staring and hitting out blind. You're muddy and bloody, but never you mind. Carry on, carry on. You haven't the ghost of a show. It's looking like death, but while you've a breath, carry on, my son, carry on. And so, in the strife of the battle of life, it's easy to fight when you're winning. It's easy to slave and starve and be brave when the dawn of success is beginning. But the man who can meet despair and defeat with a cheer, there's a man of God's choosing. The man who can fight to heaven's own height is the man who can fight when he's losing. Carry on, things never were looming so black, but show that you haven't a cowardly streak, and though you're unlucky, you never are weak. Carry on, brace up for another attack. It's looking like hell, but you never can tell. Carry on, old man, carry on. There are some who drift out in the deserts of doubt, and some who in brutishness wallow. There are others I know who in piety go because of a heaven to follow, but to labor with zest and to give of your best for the sweetness and joy of the giving, to help folks along with a hand and a song. Why, there's the real sunshine of living. Carry on, fight the good fight and true. Believe in your mission. Greet life with a cheer. There's big work to do, and that's why you are here. Carry on, let the world be the better for you. And at last, when you die, let this be your cry. Carry on, my soul, carry on.